Lo, by Charles Hoyfort, Part 1, Chapter 12Q. In the New York newspapers, September 1880, are allusions to an unknown object that had been seen traveling in the sky in several places, especially in St. Louis and Louisville. I have not been able to get a St. Louis newspaper of this time, but I found accounts in the Louisville Courier-Journal, July 29, August 6, 1880. Unless an inventor of this earth was more self-effacing than biographies of inventors indicate, no inhabitant of this earth succeeded in making a dirigible aerial contrivance in the year 1880, then keeping quiet about it. The story is that, between 6 and 7 o'clock, evening of July 28, people in Louisville saw in the sky an object like a man, surrounded by machinery, which he seemed to be working with his hands and feet. The object moved in various directions, ascending and descending, seemingly under control. When darkness came, it disappeared. Then came dispatches, telling of something that had been seen in the sky, at Madisonville, Kentucky. It was something with a ball at each end. It sometimes appeared in a circular form, and then changed to an oval. It passed out of sight, moving south. These are stories of at least harmless things that were, or were not, seen over lands of this earth. It may be that if beings from somewhere else would seize inhabitants of this earth, wantonly, or out of curiosity, or as a matter of scientific research, the preference would be for an operation at sea, remote from observations by other humans of this earth. If such beings exist, they may in some respects be very wise, but, supposing secrecy to be desirable, they must have neglected psychology in their studies, or unconcernedly they drop right into Central Park, New York, and pick up all the specimens they wanted, and leave it to the wise men of our tribes to explain that there had been a whirlwind, and that the Weather Bureau, with its usual efficiency, had published warnings of it. Now and then admirers of my good works write to me, and try to convert me into believing things that I say. He would have to be an eloquent admirer, who could persuade me into thinking that our present expression is not at least a little fanciful, but just the same I have labored to support it. I labor, like workers in a beehive, to support a lot of vagabond notions. But how am I to know? How am I to know that sometime a queen idea may soar to the sky, and from a nuptial flight of data, come back fertile from one of these drones?